You probably thought she was just being polite, right? Smiling, nodding, laughing at your jokes. But here's what you didn't see. The tiny pause before she replied. The way her eyes flicked toward you, then quickly away. That subtle change in her tone when you gave her attention, Dot. It's like that moment when she adjusted her hair as you walked by, and you wondered, was that about me? You thought she wasn't paying attention. But in reality, she's silently craving your approval, and these secret clues prove it. Did you even notice? Comment the last time you noticed these subtle signs from someone, whether you acted on them or not. And stay till the end, because the last clue will shock you. You sit there, coffee cooling in front of you. The cafe hums with quiet chatter, clinking cups, soft jazz playing somewhere above. You glance up, almost absent-mindedly. And there she is, sitting 2 tables away, tucked behind her laptop, eyes flicking toward you for just a second before darting away. Suddenly fascinated by her phone, Dot, you probably told yourself it was nothing. She was just looking around, maybe distracted, maybe bored, Dot, but here's what you missed. That glance wasn't random, Dot. It wasn't boredom. It wasn't coincidence, Dot. It was a test. A hidden glance, quick, fleeting, disguised as curiosity, is one of the oldest subconscious moves in the book. Our brain does it almost automatically, without her even realizing why. And it all comes down to this. Validation.c. Every glance she sends your way carries a quiet question. Do I still have his attention? It's like a radar ping. She's checking, scanning, measuring whether her presence affects you. And here's the part most guys never realize. The real signal isn't just in the glance itself. It's in what happens right after. When you catch her, and she suddenly averts her eyes, pretends to scroll through her phone, or sip her drink with exaggerated calm. That's not disinterest. That's her slipping into self-protection mode, because you passed her subconscious test. You noticed her. You can almost hear her inner voice, can't you? Oh God, he caught me looking. She'd pretend nothing happened, but inside, she's spiraling just a little, replaying the moment. Most guys miss this completely. They think it's coincidence. They tell themselves, nah, she wouldn't look at me like that. But you're not most guys. You're watching for these things now. And next time it happens, you'll see it crystal clear. Let me ask you, have you ever noticed her looking twice? Like, she checks once, then waits, then checks again, just to be sure? That's your green light. Here's your move in that moment. Subtle, effortless. Catch her glance. Hold it. Just long enough for it to linger, but not long enough to feel forced. Then smile. A soft, knowing smile. The kind that says, I see you, and I'm not surprised. That tiny gesture? It'll rattle her in ways she won't understand. Because suddenly, you're the one in control of the test. And trust me, that's a position most men never get to experience. It happens in places you wouldn't even think to notice. A dimly lit bar, soft laughter buzzing in the background, amber light glinting off half-empty glasses. You're mid-conversation, saying something casual, maybe telling a story about your weekend or cracking a quiet joke. And there she is, sitting across from you, fingers tracing the rim of her glass. Slowly, absent-mindedly, over and over. Too. Most men, it's nothing, just fidgeting, a nervous tick. Maybe she's just bored or distracted. But what if I told you that tiny movement was her body screaming for comfort in your presence? Here's the truth no one tells you. When a woman finds herself drawn to a man, when she's invested in what he thinks, her body betrays her. She starts performing what psychologists call self-soothing behaviors. Touching her neck, adjusting her jewelry, stroking her hair, grazing her lips. All under the radar. All automatic. Because deep down, she's feeling pressure. Pressure to impress you. Pressure to be liked. Pressure to win your approval without ever having to ask for it outright. And these micro-fidgets? They're not random. They're her body's way of quietly dealing with that internal tension. Now, here's where it gets interesting. These gestures almost always escalate based on your presence. If you lean in, her hand might suddenly rise to play with her earring. If you pause, letting silence hang for just a second, she might start tapping her fingers faster, or subtly biting her lower lip without even realizing it. Her body reacts to the weight of your attention. And the best part? She probably doesn't even know she's doing it. Imagine this. You're sitting there, watching her twist that necklace chain between her fingers, voice slightly breathless as she laughs at something you said. She thinks she's playing it cool. But every subtle fidget reveals just how much your opinion matters to her. Most men? They'd never see it, but you? You're watching closer now. You're seeing the story her body tells when her words won't. Here's a little move for the next time you catch this happening. Let the silence stretch for just a second longer than feels normal. Keep eye contact. Watch as her hands betray her, moving faster, adjusting, fidgeting. That's your confirmation. You've got her full attention, whether she says it or not. And when you notice it, smile. Because now you've seen through the surface. You're not the guy left guessing. You're the man who knows. And once you notice it, you'll never miss it again. There's something almost hypnotic about the way her voice changes. You're sitting at a long table, maybe at a friend's dinner party, plates clinking, soft music humming underneath the conversations. She's chatting freely with everyone. Her tone is confident, casual, maybe even a bit loud as she jokes with her friends. But then, it happens. Her attention shifts toward you. Her eyes lock onto yours. And suddenly, her voice softens. It gets lighter, smoother, almost melodic. She laughs a little differently, higher, more delicate, just for you. You probably didn't even notice it the first time. Most men never do. They think she's just being nicer. Or maybe she's just feeling relaxed. But here's the hidden truth behind it. When a woman is subconsciously craving a man's approval, her vocal cords betray her. Without even realizing it, her voice naturally rises in pitch when she talks. To someone she wants to attract, it's instinctive, psychological, deeply wired into human behavior. That soft, sweet, almost musical tone isn't just coincidence. It's a signal. She's shifting into what researchers call receptive mode. It's a blend of femininity, warmth, and subtle flirtation, all packed into something as simple as the way she says your name. Think about it. Her voice has edges when she talks to others. Firm, playful, maybe even sarcastic. But with you, it's smooth, airy, almost like she's singing, without meaning to. She doesn't even know she's doing it. But you do. Now, imagine this scene. She's sitting next to you at that same dinner table. Everyone's talking, laughing. You crack a subtle joke dry, effortless. She laughs, but her laugh is different this time. It lingers, just a bit longer. It's softer, higher. That's not just her being polite. That's her subconsciously revealing just how much she values your attention. Most guys would never think twice about it. They'd smile, shrug it off, and keep talking. But not you, because now you hear it. Next time this happens, do this. Stay quiet for a moment after she laughs. Let her feel the weight of that lingering silence. Watch how she tries to fill it often, with another soft giggle or a playful tease, as if she's chasing that connection. Because in that moment, her voice isn't just speaking. It's confessing. And you're the kind of man who listens closely. You've probably been here before, and maybe you didn't even realize it. You're standing in the office kitchen, pouring yourself a coffee. She's there too, casually leaning against the counter, chatting about something light, maybe weekend plans or some random meme floating around the office group chat. You toss out a comment. Nothing heavy, just playful, offhanded dot, and then she pauses dot. It's subtle, barely noticeable if you're not paying attention. Her lips part for a moment, as if she's about to reply, but she stops herself. There's a flicker in her eyes. Her gaze drops just for a second, and she bites her lower lip, thinking. You can almost see the gears turning. Then, after that tiny beat, she smiles, laughs softly, gives a perfectly timed, almost effortless reply that seems just right. You probably thought she was distracted. You probably assumed, oh, she's just zoning out. But what if I told you that pause wasn't disinterest? It wasn't hesitation dot. It was calculation. You see, when a woman feels the weight of your opinion, when she's craving your approval, even subtly, she instinctively slows down her replies. She's carefully choosing her words, fine-tuning her tone, trying to make sure whatever she says lands well dot. It's not conscious. It's not fake. It's emotional strategy. She wants to sound playful but not desperate, interested but not obvious, smart but still fun dot, and in that pause, she's weighing it all dot. This is what most men don't get. They think fast replies mean high interest. They assume delayed responses are disinterest or boredom. But sometimes, the greatest sign of emotional investment is hesitation, because that pause, it's her heart racing a little faster, her mind working overtime to impress you without you ever seeing the effort. And here's where you flip the script. Most guys rush to fill that silence. They jump in too soon, cracking another joke or changing the subject. But you're patient dot. Next time it happens, don't rush. Let her sit in that space. Watch her closely as she processes, as she searches for just the right thing to say. That's her showing you exactly how much your words matter to her. And when she finally replies, smile dot, because now you know every pause carries weight dot. Every hesitation is a silent confession. She's not pulling away. She's pulling herself together. And you're the man who sees it all. You probably never thought twice about it. You're stretching at the gym, casually leaning into a side stretch, one hand on your hip, the other reaching overhead. You're not showing off. You're just moving, relaxed, focused on your own body. But then, you catch something in the mirror. She's nearby. Maybe across the room, maybe just a few feet away. And almost without thinking, she starts to mirror you. First, it's subtle. You lean to your left. She does the same stretch a moment later. You switch sides. She shifts too, almost in sync but just slightly delayed, as if she's trying not to make it obvious. Most guys would shrug it off. They'd think, coincidence. She's probably just doing the same routine. But you're not most guys anymore, because what you just witnessed wasn't random dot. It was instinct dot. It's called the mirroring reflex, and it's one of the most primal social behaviors we have. When a woman subconsciously craves your approval, when she's drawn to your presence, her body naturally starts to synchronize with yours. It's an unconscious attempt to build rapport, to silently signal connection without words. And it doesn't just happen at the gym dot. It happens everywhere dot. At coffee shops, she cross her legs after you do. In conversations, she lean in. When you lean in. At a party, she'll sip her drink right after you take a sip, almost like she's matching your rhythm. Why? Because deep down, she wants you to feel comfortable around her. She's subtly aligning herself with your energy, hoping without even realizing it that you'll subconsciously feel more connected to her dot. It's psychological camouflage. But here's the kicker. She doesn't even know she's doing it. Her body knows before her mind does. Now, picture this. You're sitting across from her, maybe at a park bench or during a casual lunch. You shift in your seat, leaning back, stretching your arm casually along the backrest. And within seconds, she mirrors leaning back too, letting her arm relax in the same way. She's not even aware of it, but you are. And here's where the magic happens. Next time, You suspect she's mirroring you. Try this, make a subtle, unexpected movement. Shift your posture. Tilt your head slightly. Watch her closely. If she adjusts within a minute, even slightly, you've got your answer. She's tuned into you, not just interested, but emotionally aligned, craving your approval at a level even she hasn't admitted to herself. And once you catch it, you'll never unsee it. You'll realize that while her words might say one thing, her body always tells the truth. And that truth, she's already playing your game. There's something almost endearing about the way it happens. You're standing in line at your favorite coffee shop. The place is buzzing, machines steaming, conversations blending into background noise, baristas calling out orders every few seconds. And there she is, standing right beside you, chatting casually. You ask her a simple question, maybe about her favorite drink, and suddenly, it begins. Her words start pouring out faster than expected. Oh, I usually get an oat milk latte, but only with half the syrup. And sometimes I ask for an extra shot, depending on how tired I am, but only if it's Friday, because otherwise, I get too jittery. She's smiling, laughing at herself, and somewhere between her third and fourth explanation about the difference between almond and oat milk, you realize something. She's rambling. Most men would think, wow, she talks a lot. They'd zone out, smile politely, wait for her to stop. But what they'd miss is everything. Because this isn't just nervous chatter. It's a subconscious plea for approval. Here's what's really happening beneath the surface. When a woman feels drawn to you, when she's quietly hoping to impress you without seeming obvious, her mind starts racing. She wants to seem interesting, unique, playful. She wants to leave an impression. But in that flurry of excitement, she explains that it's not because she's awkward. It's because she cares. Deep down, she's terrified of seeming boring or basic in your eyes. So, she fills every silence with details, hoping you'll find her fascinating, or at least endearing. And the beauty of it is, she doesn't even know why she's doing it. Now, picture this scene. She's standing there, still going on about her oddly specific coffee order, cheeks flushed, laughing nervously as she finally realizes how much she said. Her eyes widen just slightly, and she blurts out, "Oh my God, sorry, I'm rambling." But you're calm. You're steady, because you see it for what it is. She's not just talking about coffee. She's trying to prove she's enough. For you, here's your move next time this happens. Don't interrupt. Don't tease. Let her finish fully. Then, lean back slightly. Smile slow, warm, unhurried. Hold her gaze for just a second longer than normal. And in that pause, she'll feel it. She'll feel your calm presence, your quiet confidence, your unshakable attention. And in that moment, she'll crave it even more, because you weren't just another guy tuning her out. You were the man who saw her nervousness and made her feel safe anyway. Most men miss this, but you're already ahead of the game. It always starts the same way, with laughter. A crowded room, soft music playing, glasses clinking, casual conversations humming like background static. You're at a party. People are mingling, trading stories, smiles flashing from every corner. And there she is. She's been playful all night, laughing at your jokes, leaning in just a little too close, brushing your arm when she talks. Everything feels light, easy, unspoken. But then you do something that changes everything. You casually mention another girl. Maybe it's innocent, a passing compliment about someone else's dress, or a quick comment about a funny story involving another woman. You barely think twice about it, but she does. Oh, she does. At first, it's subtle. Her laughter dies just a little too quickly. Her eyes shift, gaze tightening ever so slightly. Her smile stays, but now it feels forced. The warmth drains from her voice as she responds, maybe with a light joke that doesn't quite land. She seems distracted, distant. And in your head, you wonder, did I say something wrong? But here's the truth, the part most men never see. That sudden change in her mood, that shift in energy, is not her losing interest. It's her emotional investment leaking out. See, when a woman deeply craves your approval, when she's emotionally invested in you far more than she's willing to admit, she's hypersensitive to where your attention goes. She can handle small talk. She can handle flirting. But the moment she senses that your approval might be drifting toward another woman, everything changes. Jealousy, insecurity, defensiveness, all wrapped in the thinnest layers of politeness. Inside her mind spirals. Why? Is he talking about her? Is she prettier than me? Does he like her more? She may not say it aloud, but her body says it. For her, she get quiet, withdraw, throw a subtle jab or sarcastic remark. Or she start defending herself, suddenly needing to prove her worth, talking about her accomplishments, her plans, her stories. All because, in that moment, your approval feels like it's slipping away. And here's the wild part. Even if she barely knows you, even if you've just met, this can still happen, because deep down, her ego is tied to how you perceive her. And your attention, whether you realize it or not, holds weight. Now, most guys screw this moment up. They either apologize, over-explain, or get defensive themselves. But you're different now. Next time this happens, I want you to pause. Notice the shift. Let her feel it, but don't chase it. Stay calm, collected. Keep your energy steady. Smile soft, knowing UNBOTHERED. Because here's the secret. That emotional swing, that flash of jealousy, it's not weakness. It's proof of something deeper. It's proof that your approval has power over her. That her emotional world is already revolving around what you think. And when you can see that, you'll never feel confused again. Because the men who can spot this, the men who recognize emotional investment in disguise, they don't chase approval, they command it. And you're becoming that man. Let's be honest. Right now, your brain is probably replaying old memories, conversations, glances, little gestures you never paid attention to until now. Because once you see these signals, you can't unsee them, and you start to realize it was never random. It was always there. So here they are, your 7 secret clues. The checklist you'll carry with you into every room, every date, every conversation from this moment forward. 1. The hidden glance. She looks when you're not watching, then quickly looks away. Like that split-second eye contact that lingers just long enough to make you wonder, was that on purpose? It was. 2. The nervous fidget. Her hands betray her before her words ever could. Playing with her hair, touching her necklace, tracing her glass. Little gestures that whisper, I hope he's watching. 3. The vocal shift. That sudden softness in her voice. The playful pitch change when she laughs at your joke, different from how she talks to everyone else. Her words might be casual, but her tone is giving everything away. 4. The delayed response. She pauses, hesitates, carefully picks her words before replying. It's not because she's unsure about you. It's because she's deeply invested in what you'll think of her answer. 5. The mirroring reflex. Her body aligning with yours. Subtle, almost invisible, but it's ancient, instinctual. If she's copying your posture or movements, even slightly, her attraction isn't just conscious, it's automatic. 6. The over-explaining syndrome. When she rambles about simple things, over-describing her coffee order, giving too much detail about her weekend plans, it's not because she's awkward, it's because she cares too much about what you think. 7. The emotional investment leak. That sudden coldness or mood shift when your attention turns elsewhere. The jealousy, the defensiveness, the quiet. Withdrawal masked by politeness. It's not rejection. It's proof that your approval means more to her than she would admit. These 7 clues? They're not just signs of interest. They're emotional confessions. And most guys will keep walking past them, blind, chasing answers that were already right in front of them. But not you, because you're the guy who pays attention now. You see what others miss, and you understand something most men will never figure out. Approval isn't given. It's earned. Then silently chase. And from this moment forward, you'll know exactly when it's being chased by her. Remember this line. The next time you walk into a room, most men never see these signals. But you do now.